everybody, my name is Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me this evening for another episode of Book Chat Kids. Tonight I'm going to be chatting with you about two nonfiction books that both have to do with feelings and emotions. One is for slightly younger kids and one is for older kids, but both I think are really valuable and have a lot of good information in them. So the first one, which is for older kids, is called How to Stop Freaking Out, The Ultimate Guide to Keeping Cool When Life Feels Chaotic by Carla Naumburg, PhD, LICSW. And this was a really great book, I think, for tween ages. It's set up in a really great style. It has a lot of quizzes in it, which I really liked to do when I was a tween. It has really nice illustrations, and it goes through some important topics. So I'll just read you the back summary. Are you ready to become calm, cool, and confident? Best-selling author Carla Naumburg presents the ultimate guide to managing big emotions. You'll learn what a freakout is and isn't, discover why people flip out when they're stressed, practice keeping cool in the most chaotic moments, and choose your favorite strategy for calming down when you're feeling totally overwhelmed. Along the way, you'll find quizzes, truth bombs, freak-out facts. The most important thing to remember, you can and will have big, intense, unpleasant feelings. The trick is knowing how to manage them. This book will guide you through the twists and turns on the roller coaster called life. And some of the chapters in this book are what is a freak out anyways, how to figure out if you're freaking out, why do we freak out, getting to know your buttons and what makes them light up, listening to your body and your buttons, when there's a button there's a pusher, how to make your buttons harder to push, how to calm down after you freak out, and putting it all together. And what I really liked about this book is that it acknowledges that freakouts happen. It acknowledges them as a normal part of life, but it gives you strategies with how to deal with them to make them more manageable and make sure that you're not taking out your emotions on other people. So I really like the acknowledgement that we're not trying to stifle these emotions, we're trying to figure out how to manage them. And just so that you can see what the inside text kind of looks like, this is why I say it's probably for tweens. There are some illustrations, but it's a lot more text. This would also be good for parents to read. So the second book that I have this evening is called The Magical Science of Feelings. Train your amazing brain to quiet anger, soothe sadness, calm worry, and share joy. And this is by Jen Daly, LICSW. And this one is really good, I think, for all ages, really, but for younger kids. And what I really enjoyed about this one is that it presents the science behind our emotions in a way that I feel is accessible for younger kids. So here is a look at one of the illustrations where they're talking about the parts in the brain that deal with our emotions. And I think this would be relatable, especially with movies like Inside Out being popular, where we have some names for our different parts of the brain and what they control. Then after it talks about the science behind it, it talks about each emotion separately in its own section. So as an example, here is our emotion happy. It talks about what happens in your brain when you're feeling happy. And it asks you to reflect and think about what makes you happy. And then there are some activities that you can do to go along with this emotion. So making some silly slime, making a family joy jar, and then it goes into the next emotion. So each emotion is set up that way where it talks about the science behind it. It asks you, the reader, to reflect on what makes you feel that emotion, and then it gives you an activity or two that you can do to either help to resolve that emotion or to express that emotion or to understand and investigate that emotion a little bit more. So this is a really great book for caregivers to go through with a child who is probably experiencing some really strong emotions. So again, we have these two great books on feelings. Additionally, in our collection, we have our mental health kits. We have them available for kids, teens, and adults. So check out our other playlist that goes into what is inside each of those kits. They're available for checkout as well. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.